Petra in Petra, Wadi Musa, Jordan. The ancient city of Petra, surrounded by the town of Wadi Musa, was carved into the rock face by the Nabatean civilization and is one of the most incredible sites we've ever visited. Home to sites including the iconic Treasury, the Sikh, and the Monastery, there are lots of things to do in Petra as well as the town of Wadi Musa. After exploring Petra on our Jordan road trip, we've put together our sightseeing guide to Petra and Wadi Musa. It's our guide to the best things to see and do in Petra and Wadi Musa. Enjoy! Petra and Wadi Musa. Located in the south of Jordan, Petra is an ancient city which was carved into the rock face by the Nabatean civilization, a nomadic Bedouin tribe who roamed the Arabian Desert and who established Petra as a major trading hub. It became the capital of the Nabatean around the 6th century BC but was hit by a major earthquake in the middle of the 1st century before being abandoned by all but the Bedouin who inhabited the caves and tombs of Petra, and a few of whom remain today. It's a Jordan icon and the Treasury is an iconic symbol. The city was immortalised in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade as the Lost City in Indiana Jones' Hunt for the Holy Grail. Petra is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site and was named one of the new 7 Wonders of the World. Wadi Musa is the town surrounding Petra and serves the tourists who flock to the ancient city with its array of shops, restaurants, and hotels. Things to do in Petra. 1. Treasury at Petra. Carved out of a sandstone rock face, the Treasury is the most elaborate ruin at Petra. It's the first sight to greet visitors as they emerge from the long and narrow gorge which marks the entrance to the city, and it took our breath away. Best things to do in Petra and Wadi Musa. Tip: if you have time, be sure to make the hike to the viewpoint above the Treasury, which is accessed by following the path around the royal tombs. Keep left of the tea shop as you approach the later stages of the hike and ask the staff to point you in the right direction. The view and the pics are absolutely worth the hike. 2. Monastery at Petra. The monastery, Petra's largest monument, dates from the 1st century BC. It's a long hike from the entrance, but seeing the monastery in all its grandeur is ample reward. 3. The Sikh. The monastery, Petra's largest monument, dates from the 1st century BC. It's a long hike from the entrance, but seeing the monastery in all its grandeur is ample reward. 4. Petra Theatre. The impressive theatre was built into the rock of Petra during the 1st century. Only the facade remains of the tombs visible at the back of the theatre, as they were destroyed to allow construction in the theatre. 5. The Royal Tombs at Petra. The royal tombs consist of the urn, silk, Corinthian, and palace tombs, and each took their name from the tomb's decor. The urn tomb is the most distinctive and was named due to the urn adoring its facade. The silk tomb neighbors the royal tomb and takes its name from the color of the rich sandstone. The Corinthian tomb is next and, although badly damaged, resembles a small version of the Treasury. It takes its name from the Corinthian-style columns and facade. Finally, the palace tomb is said to resemble a palace. It is 3 stories high and the widest of the royal tombs. 6. The High Place of Sacrifice. Located at the very top of a trail, the High Place of Sacrifice is the most accessible of the dozens of Petra's high places. It is thought the altar was used for animal sacrifices, and this is supported by the drains which would have carried blood down the valley. It's an 800-step climb and the views are incredible over Petra below. 7. The Street of Facades. The Street of Facades is lined with impressive Nabatean tombs with large facades which were carved into the southern cliff face immediately after the Treasury. 8. Petra by Night. Petra by night is a candlelit visit to the Treasury building. The ancient ruins of the rose-red city are illuminated by candlelight, and it's incredible to experience Petra after dark. Some visitors feel the experience is very contrived, but we loved walking through the site guided by candlelight and seeing the Treasury illuminated. Visit Petra. Tip: Petra by night is not included in the standard ticket admission to Petra and only runs on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights. The tour takes around 2 hours and departs at 8:30 p.m. from the Wadi Musa entrance to Petra. Things to do around Petra and Wadi Musa. 1. Little Petra. Little Petra, a much smaller and quieter version of the main Petra site, has buildings carved out of the sandstone rock. It's a nice alternative to Petra when you want to explore somewhere quieter and off the beaten track. While it lacks the headline buildings of Petra, it's still worth a visit, and a highlight is the Nabatean painted interior of the painted house, which has managed to survive the test of time. 2. Admire the views of Petra from afar. There are some incredible views of Petra from the surrounding hilltops. Our favorites were the sweeping view of the valley from a spot between the Movenpick Hotel and Little Petra, and the view of the Petra Mountains from our hotel, the Marriott Petra. 3. Go for a drink in the oldest bar in the world. Occupying a 2,000-year-old Nabatean rock tomb, the Cave Bar in Petra is considered the oldest bar in the world. Sipping a cold drink in an ancient cave really is the perfect end to those perfect Petra days. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.